This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel today as we get set up to discuss the Oilers' biggest X Factor key to the new NHL season coming in less than 2 months, friends. We'll discuss Matthias Ekholm and everything that makes him an impact player that the Oilers just have not had on the roster in this entire build-up to a Stanley Cup chase up until the deadline last year. As always, friends, if you aren't new to the channel, I'll caution you right now, take the rest of the video, consider hitting that subscribe button. I'll hit you up with graphics in a little bit, so don't worry about that. First off, we start off with Ekholm and the base stats. Friends, why are we so jacked up that Matthias Ekholm could potentially be the be-all, end-all solution to the Oilers' defense in terms of changing the narrative that the Oilers have always had, where it's a defense issue? They suck. They're terrible. Whatever you want to say. Well, Mattias Ekholm comes in at 6'4", 33 years old, and 13 years of experience. You look at the difference he made with Evan Bouchard when we got him into the lineup and paired him with Bouchard almost immediately. It was an amazing, incredible difference in the game we saw from Evan Bouchard. Obviously, Tyson Barrie moved on. Power play time for Mr. Bouchard too, but you just get it. It was one of those big impact things that changed the course of the season for the Edmonton Oilers and something that really got us excited. But over the course of the summer, everybody's kind of gotten down on the Oilers defense again and seemed to have forgotten that Mattias Ekholm is and will be for a little bit yet an Edmonton Oiler. Yes, we still do not have Bouchard signed. But as we queue up Mattias Ekholm's career stats here, friends, you can look over it. It is a who's who of stats for Mattias Ekholm. He's been around a long time in the NHL, as we said, 13 years at this point. 2011, he had 2 games. 2012, he had 1 game. And then he became an NHL regular. And you look at these points per game percentages here in the middle column on your screen. Realistically, for Mattias Ekholm, it has been incredible. He averages out to be about a .38 point per game player in the NHL. But you look at it right now for the Oilers, is you're getting him coming in this past 21 game stretch at .67 points, which was incredible to see. And obviously the Oilers, when you get a guy who knows how to move a puck, it doesn't have to be great, it just has to be good. Mattias Ekholm, a steady Eddie pro, a guy who provides shutdown defense but plus offense on your second or top pair. Guess what? He's going to benefit from some offense as well. So you looked at all those stats. Realistically, the regular season with defensemen and the Edmonton Oilers, it's always a crapshoot. So we're not going to get too excited about a .67, 2 points every 3 games for Mattias Ekholm last season. We're going to get excited about him shutting down opponents and not allowing goals against, which we can use previous stats to argue, but until you get into the regular season this year, all of that doesn't mean anything other than paper. All right, let's get to it. Career playoff stats for Mattias Ekholm. This is where we get really excited as Oilers fans, because you look at this. For Mattias Ekholm, the closest he's ever been to being a plus points player in the playoffs outside of the 17-18 season came this past playoff with the Edmonton Oilers at a 0.58 points per game. He played 21 minutes and 53 seconds on the ice. That's huge numbers out of Mattias Ekholm, because in his earlier career, he has played 24 minutes, 12 seconds is what it averages out to with this year's ice time on there. So when you're considering all things with Mattias Ekholm, I really think a lot of Oilers fans, a lot of NHL fans, and a lot of outsiders within the NHL community talking about the Oilers just simply are not giving the Oilers defense enough credit based solely on having Mattias Ekholm slotting in your top 2 spots on your left side. Obviously, too, yes, I understand the other faults, but you got to give the Oilers some credit here for having a guy of Mattias Ekholm's caliber now within the defense core, as opposed to the core we had going in last year. So that's where I'd kind of sit on it, is I really think that the Oilers have a huge advantage here. And as I asked earlier in the video, I will ask it again today. Have your say in the comments section below, my friends. Will Ekholm be enough to change the negative narrative around the Edmonton Oilers defense? That is the biggest key here. Do you think Mattias Ekholm's impact that he had last year carries over to the start of the year, and suddenly we see an Oilers team defending that we quite simply never have before? That's the question. Answer that in the comments for me, friends. Again, if you are new to the channel, I would love to have you consider hitting that subscribe button. And secondarily, friends, if you are returning or new, I want you to also consider hitting that bell notification button if you could. That's all from me today, unless, of course, we get an Evan Bouchard signing. But thank you so much for tuning in this evening, this afternoon, whenever you're tuning in. I appreciate it very much. And we will catch you on Monday with a little bit of funner content as I go on holidays. I am up on out of here.